We'll be talking about creativity. My process of creativity is a mess, okay? It's a mess. I don't know how else to explain it, so we're gonna try and break it down in this video, you know. Ayo, I'm Nathanja and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna talk about my creative process and how much it doesn't make sense, but it kind of works for me, you know? So let's get to it. So this project I'm working on, I had a due date of getting it done this week, so I thought why not talk about my creative process, because I feel like creativity is probably one of the #1 things you need as an artist. It is what makes your work stand out than other people. Now I'm gonna say this, take this with like a pinch of everything I'm saying. Don't take it literal, because not all artwork needs to be like cranked up to 100 degrees of creativity, or else you're gonna burn yourself out. Get it? Because I made the joke for cranking up creative flame. You know what I'm talking about. Most of my work, I feel like there was a stage that I got to in college where I was like, I had this mindset and I was like, why am I making my art? And I was like, I don't know. And I had like this huge like moment. I don't know how else to describe it. I was just like, my brain was screaming and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. And then I was like, it's to be creative, Bethany. Just think of it that way. And so that happens a lot. Don't worry about it. First thing I want to talk about is how I get inspired. There is a handful, not really a handful, a bucket full of things that I get inspired from. We'll go through some of them right now. Real life situations. Yeah, real life situations. Big thing for me. Without knowing, I am actively looking around, looking around at different things and like thinking to myself, can I use this in like some of my artwork? Maybe. Maybe not. You know? For example, like we were coming back from our road trip of Arizona for vacation, and my sister drove through this terrifying, I mean terrifying storm. It felt like we were in a hurricane. There was lightning everywhere. The wind was probably like 70. It felt like 70 miles per hour. It was probably a lot less than that, but it still felt like it was a hurricane, okay? Like tornado, hurricane weather in one. But we were going through this area where there were all of these windmills, the huge ones, you know, they're like gigantic. But so it was storming, it was dark, it was terrifying. But there is this moment I was like stunned, and I was like, I need to use this in a future painting. But it was dark and you could see the red lights off of the windmills at the top, and they would like reflect onto the windmill, and then there was like this dramatic lighting of the lightning in the background. Yeah, so life situations, look around. You never know what you're gonna be inspired by. Alright, second thing for me, write down everything. Any idea you get, write it down. It probably won't be a great idea, but you never know what it's gonna spiral into. Let's read off some of my quote-unquote great ideas that I came up with, probably like at 2 a.m. in the morning. You never know what you're gonna think of. Type it out. Here are my art ideas. At the top, we got Einstein using a light bulb. Okay. Different gaming consoles creating Black Ops portrait sculpture. That's just because I like I like video games, okay? I don't know about sculptures though, Bethany. Maybe not. You'll get a kick out of this one if you know what I'm actually talking about. Okay, footy portrait of one of the famous AFL guys. I haven't watched the AFL in a while, so I don't know about that one. Alright, this is a lengthy one. This is a big idea I had. I don't know why. It might come into play in the future. I don't know. Technically not, because I have one more semester, but I wrote down a semester of work, one canvas, and each day of school, I add my emotions to it. A line here, a color there, movement. Each month, I add a portrait of the most frequent emotion, and then add a portrait on top of one another each month. I see where the thought is there, Bethany, but you ain't got time for that. We got girl smoking flower, paint with a match or a lighter. Okay, girl dressed in newspaper, that's all it says. Cigarettes taking over. You're gonna love this next one. It just says mustache. Mustache. I don't know what that means, but okay. The list goes on, but those are some that I probably wrote like 2 years ago. I have not read through that in a while. My ideas just kind of flow through me, I guess. So that's one other way that I get my, creativity out. Like, how am I getting inspired? Where are my ideas coming from? Next one we got here, other people's life. I don't know why, but I get inspired from other people's, like, how they are living their life, or specific things that they have dealt with in their life. One of the big things for me is like the mental health side of things, or like emotions in general. Not really happy ones, because I don't know I don't know why, but it's like more of like the serious ones that I love to just go wacky on. I don't know why. Oh, other people's art, that's obviously like, don't steal people's art. Don't do that. But other people's art in general, like maybe you're inspired by, art historians, Van Gogh, or some current people like Stephen Assail. People, art. A big thing also for me, I think the last thing that I wanted to note was music. Just songs in general. Sometimes they have no words, sometimes they do have words, and I have, honestly, right away, I can visualize what I want to create from a song. I don't know how or why, but that's just how my brain works. Don't ask questions, just do. Just do the painting. Alright, so now that we have talked about how I get inspired from, how I gather my ideas generally, next thing we're going to go on to is that there are two sides of Bethanjan. You have Bethany that likes to get a little wacky. You never know what she's going to pull out of the hat. We got like a piano, we got a football, let's paint something with that. Or cardboard, Sharpie, who cares about materials? Let's make something with that. Then there is the side of Bethany that likes to get a little surreal. I haven't been doing as many surreal pieces though lately, just because of the fact that, okay, there's two factors. One, I took art history last school year and we learned about surrealism, and it makes me mad about some of the like founding fathers of surrealism, and I'm just like, I don't like it, okay? But then at the same time, like, okay, whatever, it's new day and age, I don't need to associate my artwork with that. The second factor of why I haven't been doing as much surrealism is because, like, the pure joy and, like, motivation I get behind my wacky creations, it just, the effort is more there, and I feel, like, enjoyment more from that side of my artwork. I don't know, that's just how I roll. The final thing that I wanted to talk about for my creative process is how do I put my ideas into a visual, like, actual project. Like, I have the ideas there, but how do I visualize it? How do I put it together? Number one, I don't do this as often But thumbnail sketches, I'll gather like, you know, references and all that jazz, and I will sketch out ideas composition wise. I'm like, oh, maybe this will work, maybe this will work, and then I go from there. I haven't done that lately just because I visualize everything in my brain, and that is a second thing that I love to do. Is like, I don't know how to explain it, but some people work directly and they have to take more time to develop their ideas, but sometimes my ideas come instantly to me, and I'm just like, I see this lady sitting on a chair and there's like this backlit blue color from her, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what if we use like a Gatorade bottle because of the blue? I don't know, like my brain just instantly visualizes things in weird ways, and that's okay. It's okay to be weird and different. Yeah. And then the last two, obviously gathering your own resources, or B, if you're like me, I love to take my own references. It is tricky, especially since I'm more of like figure portrait person, but recently I've tried to get more of my own references, and it's hard at first. Trust me, as an introvert artist that doesn't want to talk to people, it is difficult trying to find models or just people you're comfortable with taking photos of. So that is a big thing. I think another big side of my creative process, or to keep myself interested in a project, is when there is some type of invention involved or experimentation. That's the word. So when I was taking this video for this drawing, this cardboard drawing, I originally had a goal. I was gonna get it done this week, yay, but then, you know what I did? I experimented more with cardboard. And you know what I introduced? I introduced water. Never thought that would have happened. Not in a million years. I don't know why, but when I experiment more and get different textures or different approaches to things, it makes it so much more fun to make up new like routes to get to your end result, if that makes sense at all. So that's why I'm not able to finish this drawing. I had a goal to finish this week, and I was like, oh, we'll just turn this into a time-lapse video, and then I was like, no, we're gonna talk about my creative process, because this is a great example of my creative process. It tickles my brain. I don't know why I just said that. It did not sound right. Anyways, we're gonna wrap things up here. This is kind of where I'm at with the drawing. I'm gonna spend an extra week on it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna stay up till 2 a.m. and try and finish it. That's the dumb thing to do, Bethany. But I hope you guys took something from this. Maybe it helped you to get inspired to find out what your creative process looks like. Or maybe take some of my examples and apply it. And you get... words are hard. Anyways, I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely week, whatever you're up to. You know, there is a subscription button below. I am working on my first ever tutorial series, and it is going to be on, you guessed it, anatomy. The one thing I love freaking the most right now. So, next week, or maybe in 2 weeks, it depends on how long this takes, I want to make sure I give ample information. But we're going to be doing tutorial-based stuff, and I think it's going to be fun. So, subscribe if you want to follow along. That is your choice. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!